I'm just really excited to be here with you all and to just launch this official campaign. When I decided to run for this seat last fall, people thought it was insane. People were just like, "Wow, like you like I'm a first-time candidate taking on one of the most powerful corporate Democrats in the state of California, and an elected official that's been an elected official longer than I've been alive." And I was facing against someone that, was taking corporate money, was backed by all these billionaires, millionaires that were funding so much money to his campaign. And it's been a hell of a 48 hours. So I'm sure everyone heard that the incumbent, Tom Daly, just announced his retirement on Thursday, one day before the filing deadline. That came as a shocker to everyone, our team.
Not everyone.
And I think it really showed the power of the campaign that we've been building and the fact that we scared him into retirement.
Yes.
He was scared of challenging a young Latino, a young queer Latino, someone that has been very involved in the community. And instead of facing this election, he decided to retire because he saw that was the easy way out. But also, he was afraid of an upset. And this is an upset that we were planning from the beginning. And so, I decided to run because I wanted to see a champion in this district. This district I've seen hasn't had someone fight for them in such a long time, especially in the pandemic. This pandemic, these past 2 years, really highlighted so many issues in our community. Millions of people in our families and our communities filed for unemployment because they weren't able to get jobs, pay their rent in the middle of the pandemic. While corporate billionaires made billions these past few years. The fact that, we had millions of people file for unemployment while corporate billionaires were bringing in over $500 billion in revenue in the pandemic, while the workers were being laid off, is shameful. We saw politicians like Tom Daly in the middle of the pandemic go to Hawaii and have these special lobby trip visits with big money, big oil. While people like us, people like Chispa, we were down here on the ground fighting for more COVID vaccines when the supervisor and when the state neglected us. I saw our community being abandoned in the middle of the pandemic. And I knew that we needed a leader that was gonna fight for these issues. Someone that was gonna fight for single-payer healthcare. Someone that wasn't gonna shy away from voting and championing on that issue. Someone that was willing to protect our tenants, our most vulnerable communities from being evicted. We needed someone that was gonna side with renters and side with people who were struggling to survive here. And we need someone that's gonna defend our immigrant communities, making sure that we don't have ICE in our neighborhood harassing our people and our residents, because ICE is still here.
Yep.
And there's people here in our community, like the Orange County Rapid Response Network, that have been fighting that. And we need to make sure that we have champions and the state legislators are gonna champion this issue. This district, 8068, encompasses Santana, encompasses Anaheim, encompasses Orange. It's one of the youngest Latino districts in the state of California. The average age in Santana is 27 years old, 28 years old, and Anaheim is 33, Orange is around 34. This district should be represented by someone that matches that demographic, someone that's gonna fight for issues for the people and not for corporate interest.
Yes.
And this district is home to many stories of people that share similar stories to mine. I come from a family of Oaxaca immigrants. We come from an indigenous background. We're Zapotecs. We're indigenous Oaxaqueño. My dad speaks the dialect. He still speaks it. We're someone that come from a very far away place, and we made this our home because we wanted to fulfill the quote-unquote American dream. Growing up, I was considered an at-risk youth. I was someone that didn't really have a lot of resources, but I had community. And it was a community that raised me here in Santana. You know, I was someone that was involved in city sports. I played handball. You know, I have my handball logo and my flyer and my sign. You know, I played basketball for the city. You know, I had mentors like Robert. You know, I want to thank Robert for hosting his his beautiful backyard. You know, Robert has actually known me since I was like 15, since I was in high school. And he was someone that told me, he's like, you know, we need more kids going to college. Like, we need more kids taking these risks. You know, and the fact that it was people like Robert, it was teachers, it was coaches, it was mentors. It was people that allowed me to have an education, to go to college at UC Berkeley. You know, I became the first person in my family to graduate from high school and go to college.
Yes.
And Berkeley, you know, Berkeley became my political playground. You know, I was 19 years old when I was appointed on the City Police Review Commission, a month after Ferguson and the riots. And as a young person, you know, I defended students, I defended young people, I defended media folks when people were brutalized by Berkeley Police Department. You know, we worked out, like, one of my first tasks as a commissioner was working on an investigation. I was 19, I really didn't know much, but I was willing to take that risk. And I'm someone that has never shied away from a challenge. You know, I've tackled police unions, police departments. You know, I'm not scared to face off corporate politicians. And so far, you know, this campaign, you know, we've been turning heads. Like, ever since Daly's retirement, people have been looking at this campaign as a winning campaign. You know, I just want to get, you know, speak on some numbers. You know, these past 2 days, we've been able to raise over $10,000. And in total, we have over $50,000 in cash and in pledges.
So we should be able to get a ballot statement.
And, you know, as a first-time candidate running for office, I'd say that's pretty good, you know? And so, you know, I'm someone that, you know, I've been organizing for nearly 10 years. You know, and people are surprised, oh, how's he going to get these money? And, like, I've been working with people since I was in high school. I've been working on these issues. You know, people believe in me because people have seen my own track record. Yeah, politicians have voted on bills, but, you know, I've led campaigns and I've won against special interests like police associations and corporations. You know, and I am someone, you know, I took this leap of faith because I saw an opportunity to win. You know, I saw an opportunity to really change things here in this district. And I was not scared to face off with an incumbent. And the fact that we were able to make that big headlines of, you know, making him retire, like, that for me was like a big win. That for me is a win in itself. Because he's been in this position for nearly 10 years and he hasn't done shit. You know, he's been on the Hall of Shame for years. You know, someone that has sided with landlords, corporate interests, Disney. And the fact that we were able to push him into retirement really says a lot about this campaign and the momentum it's been bringing. You know, people in Sacramento, state assembly members have reached out to us and are like, whoa, like there's something here. You know, there's something here. In the middle of Orange County, for God's sake. Yes. Orange County, which has a history of white supremacy, racism, that still lingers today. You know, we see North OC, you know, like we see Huntington Beach, you know, and so the fact that in this district, in this county, that we have the potential to elect a progressive legislator is big. Because we've seen Orange County politicians stand at the side of reform. They've killed progressive bills like single-payer healthcare. Yep. They vote against police accountability. They take money from big oil, big corporations. And so this campaign is different because we're gonna win by people power.
Yes.
And we've been showing that.
That's right.
You know, we've been picking endorsements from across the state. We've been getting volunteers. We've been building our fundraising. Like, we have an opportunity to win this.
Yes.
And that's what's exciting for me and honestly a bit scary. Because I feel like we haven't really seen something like this before, in a sense on the county level, facing off a very powerful state legislator. And so I'm just really excited for y'all to be here to help continue the momentum, to help us push this campaign forward, because this campaign is going to be won like people like you, like people that have been working on these issues for so long. You know, I recognize a handful of people in this room, maybe everyone, people that I've been working with, you know, with Chispa, Chicanos Unidos, you know, grassroots organization, police accountability campaigns. You know, everyone here I know believes in this mission and believes in this campaign. And it's people like you that are gonna help us win and make history. You know, if elected, I'll be the youngest Latino state legislator in the state of California. When elected, I'll be the first Latino, I'll be the youngest Latino state legislator in the state of California.
Manifest.
And that's gonna come from Santana, Anaheim, and Orange. Because we're gonna bring our voices and our issues to Sacramento. And I'm excited for that. And so, you know, I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited for us to start weekly canvassing. You know, we're gonna start fundraising as well. We're gonna have our fundraising events. You know, one of our big fundraising events is gonna be a drag brunch fundraiser. We're gonna queer it up. We're gonna bring in the queens. It's gonna be fun. And so I'm excited. I'm hella pumped. I'm running on adrenaline. You know, and I'm ready for us to make history. And I'm ready for us to shake things up here in Orange County, and for people to be scared of this campaign. And so, you know, I just want to thank every single one of you all for being here. You know, and I'm ready. You know, I'm willing. I'm taking this leap of faith. I'm putting my life on hold for this campaign because I believe in something different. You know, I believe that a better world, a better district is possible for our people. You know, I want to make sure that our communities not just survive, but thrive in this district. And I want to make sure that we have the resources for people to have access to homes, to healthcare, basic income. And so, yeah, I just want to thank every single one of y'all for being here. You know, I'm hella pumped. And yeah, we're going to win this campaign. You know, we're going to make history. And we're going to bring our voices to Sacramento. And so, yeah, and so lastly, you know, I just want to thank everyone for being here, and, you know, Tanya and Jessica. You know, lastly, you know, I also want to thank my team, you know, Kaden, Tanya, Jessica. Sure, raise your hand, come on, y'all. And so, you know, Tanya and Jessica are fantastic field directors, and they're gonna make their call to action. And yeah, let's do this, y'all. Let's win this.